Go.
Welcome back to Resident Evil 4, Part 4, where we are continuing our descent out into the gloomy, rainy darkness of Spain, Europe? And this time, after surviving a cabin of ganados that eventually decided to piss off, Leon and Ashley now are faced with a decision. But first a note, and this note basically just says that Yeah, we're totally the guys that shot down your chopper, and here's how we're also gonna try to stop the American agent. He's got through armies of our people, but now he must make a choice, and each choice leads to danger in some way, shape, or form.
I love how these people just leave notes like this, just so then Leon can come across it and be like, oh, so I can see the bullshit up ahead now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you know, they leave notes behind for, I mean, and they do this in the remake too. They just, like, leave notes behind, just being like, yeah, you know, I was thinking about either killing him this way or this way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like playing Resident Evil 4 is fitting, because we just saw John Wick 4 not too long ago. And Leon is basically just one angry guy. Well, maybe not angry, but he's just one guy plowing through a bunch of people.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Leon is. I mean, Leon also falls off of high places, but I wouldn't say to the same degree as John Wick, which that actually is terrifying if Resident Evil 4 is more realistic than John Wick.
John Wick gets hit by so many cars.
He really does.
I mean,
Leon does need the ability to throw his gun.
That would be fun, but I mean, you never ever run out of ammo in this game. So okay, yes, I chose the right path, which puts you in a narrow chamber against a gun. What are these guys called? I forget. They're
El Gigante?
The El Gigantes, yes. But they place some obstacles in its path, so that way, I mean, I assume those obstacles were for you. But here, we can use them to our advantage.
Oh, shit.
Now, if you shoot him, he'll drop her. I'm actually going to do something here that usually you're not supposed to do. Like, what you're supposed to do is keep running through the doors ahead by knocking the chains off of them and then just escaping this area. I'm going to try to kill the El Gigante in the first area here. And I actually succeed.
I mean, you get the treasure from it, so that's nice. Now Ashley got
That's cool. No, she also did the QTE.
No, I know. I just want to make the joke that she got squashed there.
Also, I see you got 15,000 pitas.
Peter?
Zach, PETA is not associated with this video?
That's... never mind.
So, here we have
a bunch of
cabins, and these cabins, basically, if you don't do this section fast enough, the El Gigante will just charge to these cabins and knock them over, which doesn't matter anyway, like, the items don't go away. But it's a little nicer visually.
Yeah, it's nice that the little houses are still alive and well.
You can knock these over, but there's nothing in them. By the way, guys, did you know if you shoot a barrel, it just explodes into pieces of wood?
Yes.
It doesn't, like, shoot a hole in it, and then that's it.
Well, that's not realistic.
But yes, obviously that's far more satisfying for a video game. And it's partially other.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Many
it's
of the
like, with like action movies, like where if you shoot a car down, it just explodes, but it doesn't actually explode in real life.
Yeah. But it's more satisfying that way.
Right.
So yes, they're gonna stop hunting Lewis for now, and they're gonna come after Leon and Ashley full tilt.
They're going to ambush them. But they also wrote down their plans to ambush them, and then left them somewhere where Leon can find it.
I mean, it's
very nice of them.
I mean, it's honestly making me wonder if they could hear the El Gigante fall from the next area over, and then they just started writing that note immediately.
I mean, I guess there's gotta be someone who's like spying on Leon the whole time or something.
I guess they must be up on top of the area where the rocks that we shot down were kept, just like watching. I don't know.
I don't know why they would need to write down their thoughts and stuff, but alright.
I mean, yeah, so here, I mean, they are infected by the parasites, so I don't know if Sadler is able to see what they're doing in some way. In the remake, it's heavily implied that he's watching them somehow through them, like controlling them, but the mind control thing isn't really a thing in the original game. It's in there a little bit towards the end, but they don't really focus on it as much as the remake does. By the way, I'm currently up to the knife fight with Krauser in the remake during my first run through, and I am absolutely loving that game. I don't know.
Same, yeah. Resident Evil 4 Remake is pretty fantastic, and I'm having a lot. I mean, I did have a few issues with Ashley's AI a little bit at the beginning, but I boil it down to maybe just I had bad luck or something with it. But
right.
Other than that, those issues, I was like, for the most part, I was having fun with the
game. I'm very yep. When you can get it lined up right, it's very satisfying. Also, Zach, this section is not in the remake at all.
Oh, yeah.
If you look up towards the hills near the village, you can actually see this tram system in the remake, but you never go on it.
Oh, right, yeah, you do see it, but you never, yeah, you're right.
Maybe that'll be something they throw in at the end. Like, the remake is doing a good job, like, placing certain sections where they weren't originally just to mess with you. I won't go into specifics, of course, because the remake is still hot off the presses currently.
No, come on, Brandon. Let's be like every other fucking YouTuber and talk about every little spoiler moment in the game possible.
Yeah.
Be sure to put a spoiler for Resident Evil 4 Remake as the thumbnail for this video.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can say at least that when you're talking to a friend about the game and like saying where you are, if it's somebody that's already played the original, it's actually hard to spoil the game because all you have to do is just go, "Oh yeah, I'm at this part in the original," and they're like, "Oh okay, yeah, I know where that is," because it's very faithful. Like, structure-wise, it's almost the same. It's just expanded and tweaked a lot.
So, for example, I could say that right now, where I'm at in the game, I'm past the part where you see Ada in the castle.
Right. Okay, good.
So that's where I'm at pretty much at the moment.
Oh boy. So this is an optional little section that gets us a treasure. There we go. So what happened there, Zach? You notice I did not shoot the dynamite. So what happened there is once they light it, it's actually set on a timer. And if you're able to keep like stunning them and distracting them from throwing it, it eventually does just explode in their hands.
Which I think is a really cool detail, because not a whole lot of games do that. Because usually it would just be like it's in their hands, so it's coded just to be there, and then until they throw it, then the timer starts. And it's like, I'm really glad that this game actually added that detail.
Yep.
Oh, you can use it directly off the ground. I didn't even notice that option.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely do that. Unfortunately, that's not something that we can do for... Well, I'm not going to do it for Ashley because, you know, all for Leon. I mean, what's the point of healing her? I mean, she's not going to be with us all the time.
She's just the president's daughter.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
who
that's
cares?
how I've always played this game, and I think it's for that reason why in the remake they just didn't give her a health bar now. She just can get hit and go into a stun state, and then if she gets hit again, she dies, but if you don't recover her. But she no longer has her own health bar, which I kind of like. Though I will say that I understand why some people would prefer the original, because in the original, of course, since she has her own health bar, it means she can take multiple hits before she dies.
Yeah,
So they turned her into
forth about it, because just like on the one hand, it's like I never really felt like I had to deal with Ashley too much in the original game. Maybe because of my luck or something like that. I don't know. Like I rarely had to deal with her health bar or anything. But in the remake, I feel like it's kind of annoying sometimes, like where like she gets incapacitated, and then I want to get her back up, and then like some enemy out of fucking nowhere just like hits her again or like hits us, and it's just like, oh, I kind of wish the animation of like getting her back up made you a bit invincible or something, or maybe had the animation be a bit faster. I don't know.
Right.
But that's like a very minor complaint, though. It's not anything that's like, oh, it ruins the game for me. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. But
In some ways, I like it because in the original, if she ran out of health, that's it, she dies. In the remake, oh, by the way, I decided just to switch things up for Part 4. I'm going to play a little bit of it in Resident Evil 4 VR on the Oculus Quest 2 just to show off this version.
wow, Brandon, you're really fast at changing from the actual game to VR version. Holy shit.
Yeah, you just hit a button on the switcher and it just switches over. No, of course I cut to the VR version, but I wanted to make sure it was seamless, so I started it exactly where I was in the original game.
Right.
Unlike the previous parts, this one is post-commentary, so Brandon can focus on playing the game, and then he can focus on recording afterwards.
Yeah, the original Part 4 was unfortunately lost due to the usual awesome, terrible things that happen when you try to record video games. So we just decided to do this post, which honestly in the end I think has worked out for the better because my game plays a lot better in the post-commentary version, and we get to show off a bit of the VR version, which, man, as I've said in previous parts of this LP, the VR version of Resident Evil 4 is excellent because of how much effort they put into translating it.
I still need to play Resident Evil 4 VR for myself, but I let Brandon borrow the Quest 2 first, so then that way he can actually like do more with like VR and stuff like that. Since I got to experience like having a headset myself for a good while, so
yes.
And yeah, VR is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
So the QTEs are in the VR version, but they're extremely simple. They're basically like the QTEs you'd see in a Wii game, where you just like throw it up to dodge the attack instead of having to hit a specific button. They never use the buttons that are actually on the Quest controllers, which I'm honestly okay with.
I mean, I guess as long as it works fine, then yeah, sure. Whatever.
So yeah, this fight is tough. It's tough in the original game, and it's tough in VR, but I actually was able to make short work with it here, mainly because, so El Salvador's main weakness is flame grenades and fire in general.
Oh yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
Well,
shit, that was fast.
I also got lucky there, Zach, because I did a really awful throw that landed basically on me, but Salvador ended up trying to jump to me while I had thrown it, so he ended up getting into the fire anyway and triggering his next phase. So yes, just like how if you shoot the parasites on the El Gigantes instead of doing the QTE, if you use fire grenades over anything else and you can time them up right with El Salvador, you can finish him off instantly. As we're about to see here, if I can just get him on the ground. There we go. Oh, no, you got up again. There we go.
Boom.
And done.
There you go.
That's
Oh, he isn't a bug type, so he's weak to fire.
Right. And now prepare for some fun as I fumble around with my inventory because it's too damn full. As I try to collect everything in here.
Part of the fun of this game is reorganizing your inventory. Unlike in something like, say, Sticker Star.
Yeah.
Where the developers said part of the fun was supposed to be reorganizing your sticker book, and nobody liked it. Because unlike this game where you just have one thing and you can see all of it, you basically have to reorganize like 10 pages worth of stickers.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Sticker Star is very bad.
Well, that sounds like you'd spend most of
Yeah,
your time just organizing all the, like, in the inventory instead of playing the damn game.
Yeah, for whatever reason...
Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, for whatever reason, at least from what I heard from Chocolate Conroy's videos about this, they apparently had the sticker organizing more in mind before they even thought of the gameplay.
Because that's,
No.
I mean, in
The game-
Resident Evil 4, it's like very quick, simple, honestly kind of fun puzzles of, hey, this won't fit, so figure out a way to make another space. And I honestly have always enjoyed that, while, yeah, Sicker Star sounds incredibly tedious.
Yeah, it does. Oh wait, so the guy that you just fought was El Salvador, right?
Yes.
Oh, I should make a theme song for him real quick.
Okay, go for it, Alec.
All right, I'm trying to think. El Salvador. He's a big, big man. But he turns into a creepy crawler motherfucker, yeah. I was on the spot, so I had to think of something. I think I did good.
It's beautiful.
He lives in Spain. He lives in Spain, but without the A.
He lives in Spain without the A. I fucking love this guitar gimmick. It's so stupid, but it is fun.
So yes, when you save in the VR version, Zach, you have to do all the typewriter stuff yourself.
That is
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, because I actually cut out like 4 or so deaths in that part.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So the rest of this part will be in VR as we make our way, finally, out of the village.
The Resident Evil village?
Well, no, I mean, that's Resident Evil 8, and that game has the village act as a hub world that you constantly come back to. But no, for sure, we are leaving the village forever.
Also, Village has Ethan, and Ethan can go fuck himself.
Yeah. I'll take Leon, original Leon and Leon in the remake easily over fucking Ethan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Leon in the remake's a little less fun because in some ways than the original Leon, because original Leon is just pumped full of testosterone and narcissism, while the new Leon he's more like tortured and sad from the events of Resident Evil 2, so he's a little gruffer and angrier.
I mean, he still has like quips and stuff. From what I remember, like some of the cutscenes I remember.
Oh yes, he absolutely has some goofy quips just like the original Leon, but there's definitely a lot more like continuity in how they portray him, and he's definitely more of a character than, say, of course, Ethan.
Yeah, right, yeah. Although I will admit, Ethan's lines can make me fucking laugh, and it's like, oh my god. It's like, it's so stupid that it makes me laugh sometimes. Other times it's just like, like whatever.
Oh boy, we got some dudes coming up here, so... Oh, don't want the shotgun. Here we go.
I see you got a lot better at using the guns in VR. I remember the first time seeing you play this, you were fumbling a bit with being able to use these.
It takes a while because for some gun, every single gun reloads differently. And with stuff like the sniper rifle, you have to always cock your shot before you can do the next one.
Yep, because it has like a bolt action, because it's a bolt action, so you have to do like the bolt action, I guess.
Yep, same with the shotgun, where you have to pump it every single time, while, of course, in the original game, there was just a bit of delay, and then you would shoot again. Oh my god,
Right,
so, Alec, this coming up here was you were talking about having issues with Ashley in the remake. This part here was a nightmare for me, so watch this. I blind them with the flash grenade, but look at Ashley.
What the heck is happening?
She's just like ducking up and down in the middle of the Ganados and not moving because she's near them.
See, that's so weird, because like for me, I've never had issues like that with original Ashley, because most of the time she would just be behind me and just following me, so I don't know. That is weird.
So she's just gonna stay there while they're surrounding you, so I have to actually, because, okay, let's be real. What you're supposed to do in this section is just run, because there's a massive crowd of them, and they're supposed to chase you into the castle. but because of Ashley just staying there, I had to deal with all of them.
I was gonna say before, like, what I love about VR so much is that, like, when it comes to like first-person shooters, it's like you actually have to like reload the gun yourself, and also like aim it yourself too, because like you have to actually like manually do things that you wouldn't have to normally do if you were just playing a game normally. Like,
right.
Where, like in the original game, like you would just hit R just to reload, but in VR, you actually have to put in the bullets yourself, and I love that so much.
So here's what's supposed to be happening.
The other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
You take that one.
Okay.
Ready?
Crank that. I'm not gonna finish it.
Ashley, crank that soldier boy.
Oh god damn it.
I have not.
You started it.
I've not heard this shit since elementary school.
Oh no.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. And that ends Chapter 2-3 and Chapter 2 in general as we finish off the village and finally head into the second, the second of basically the second act of 3 of Resident Evil 4, which is the castle of Ramon Salazar. The tiny goofy
And
man
he
that
will
looks
get
like
a theme.
Napoleon.
He will get a theme then.
I am very much looking forward to his theme.
Yeah, I have to think of something for him.
Yeah, I couldn't fit all of Ashley into it, so I'm just going to stick with that. So, anyway, we're going to leave it here for now as our 2 heroes, well, 1 hero and 1 damsel in distress, take a rest in this little cabin